James Walker stood at the center of the Galactic Council chamber, his back straight and his face calm. Around him, the chamber erupted with laughter. The sound came from 100 different species, some like clicking insects, others like rumbling thunder, and a few that sounded almost human. All of them were laughing at Earth's latest space travel report. "Humans still use ion engines for their cargo ships?" asked first speaker Dan of the Blue Ring Empire. His crystalline body sparkled as he moved. "How quaint. My species abandoned such primitive technology 10,000 years ago." Walker kept his expression neutral. After 3 years as Earth's ambassador to the Galactic Council, he had grown used to their mockery. Every species here could manipulate up to 6 dimensions, folding space like paper to travel vast distances. They saw humans as simple creatures, barely worth noticing. "Perhaps," said another council member, her body a swirl of golden gas, "we should send them some of our children's textbooks. It might help speed up their evolution." More laughter filled the chamber. Walker looked at the giant display screen behind him. It showed Earth's latest achievement, a fleet of cargo ships that could reach Mars in just 2 days. Once, this would have been impossible. Now, it made the council laugh. "Thank you for your generous offer," Walker said, his voice steady. "Earth will continue its development at its own pace." "Its own very slow pace," someone added, causing another round of laughter. As Walker gathered his papers, his personal computer buzzed in his pocket. A message from Earth, marked urgent. He waited until he was in his private chamber before reading it. The message was short. "Project Infinity. Final tests successful. HMS Revelation ready." Walker's hands shook as he deleted the message. Below the shining spires of the Galactic Council Tower, traffic moved in perfect lines through all 6 dimensions. Ships jumped in and out of reality, their 6D drives letting them ignore the normal rules of space and time. None of them knew about the base hidden deep under Europa's ice. None of them had detected the quantum signals bouncing between Earth's secret research stations. They were too busy laughing at humanity's primitive technology to look closely at what humans were really doing. In his office, Walker had a small screen that showed Earth news. Right now, it displayed protests outside the Galactic Council's Earth office. "Stand up to alien bullies." Read one sign. "Humanity is not a joke." Read another. The aliens found these protests amusing too. They thought it showed how humans didn't understand their place in the universe. Walker smiled slightly as he remembered his last briefing on Earth. He had stood in a room deep underground, watching the classified videos of Project Infinity's tests. He had seen what happened when humans pushed past 6 dimensions into the 7th. The aliens thought 6-dimensional space was the peak of technology. They had stopped looking for anything more. That was their mistake. "Sir," his assistant entered the room. "The Council requests your presence again. The Dominion wishes to discuss human expansion limits." Walker nodded and straightened his tie. The Dominion, the most powerful alien federation, loved to create new rules limiting human space travel. They claimed it was for safety. Everyone knew it was about keeping humans contained. "Tell them I'll be there shortly," Walker said. As he walked back to the council chamber, Walker thought about the HMS Revelation, hiding in its secret dock. The ship that could do what no alien thought possible. The ship that didn't just fold space, but rewrote the rules of reality itself. Let them laugh, he thought. Let them make their jokes and their rules. Let them think humans were stuck with ion engines and chemical rockets. Let them think humanity was primitive. Soon, very soon, no one would be laughing. The council chamber doors opened, and Walker walked in with a slight smile on his face. Above him, the great races of the galaxy continued their discussion, confident in their superiority. None of them noticed how the human ambassador's smile didn't quite reach his eyes. None of them knew that humanity had already surpassed them all. The mockery would end soon enough. Deep beneath Europa's icy surface, Dr. Anna Reed watched as her life's work came alive. The HMS Revelation floated in its massive dock, its dark hull absorbing all light that touched it. The ship looked simple from the outside. No alien would give it a second glance. That was exactly what they wanted. "Atlas, run final system check," she said, her voice echoing in the control room. "Running check now, Doctor," the ship's AI responded. Its voice was calm and clear. "All 7-dimensional systems are operating at full capacity. Reality anchors are stable." Around her, dozens of screens showed numbers that would make no sense to most humans, let alone aliens. They were watching reality itself bend and twist around the ship. Not just in the 3 dimensions everyone could see, not even in the 6 dimensions the aliens used, but in 7 full dimensions of space-time. "Dr. Reed." Mark Phillips ran into the room, his face excited. "The test results from Chamber 3 are in. The mice didn't just survive the 7D jump, they're completely healthy." Anna smiled. They had lost so many test animals in the early days, when they were still learning how to protect living things from 7th-dimensional effects. Now, finally, they could keep living creatures safe while moving through all 7 dimensions. "Show me," she said, following Mark to the testing area. The mice moved around their cage normally, eating and playing as if they hadn't just existed in 7 dimensions at once. In the cage next to them, the control group, mice that had never experienced 7D space, acted exactly the same way. "We did it," Mark whispered. "We really did it." A loud alarm suddenly filled the base. Red lights flashed on every wall. "Atlas, report," Anna shouted, running back to the control room. "Detecting unusual 6-dimensional activity in the Sol system," Atlas said. "Multiple ships have entered the system using 6D drives. They match known Dominion signatures." Anna's heart beat faster. The Dominion wasn't supposed to enter Earth's solar system without permission. This could only mean one thing. "Show me their positions," she ordered. A hologram appeared in the center of the room. It showed the solar system, with dozens of red dots appearing near Mars. As Anna watched, more dots appeared near Venus. The Dominion ships were surrounding Earth. "Send an encrypted message to command," she said. "Project Infinity is ready for emergency deployment." She looked at the HMS Revelation through the control room's window. The ship was humanity's greatest achievement, and its best-kept secret. While the aliens laughed at Earth's primitive technology, humans had worked in secret, pushing the boundaries of what was possible. The HMS Revelation didn't just bend space like alien ships. It could step completely outside normal space-time, moving through a dimension that no other species had even discovered. In tests, it had done things that the aliens would call impossible. "Doctor," Atlas said, "I'm detecting weapons fire near the Mars colonies." Anna's hands tightened into fists. The Dominion thought Earth would be an easy target. They thought humans were weak, using outdated technology. They had no idea what they were about to face. "All personnel, battle stations," she announced over the base's speakers. "This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill." As alarms sounded throughout the base, Anna watched her crew rush to their positions. They had trained for this, but she could see the fear in their faces. They were about to face the strongest military force in the known galaxy. "Atlas, start the launch sequence," she ordered, walking toward the ship. "It's time to show the galaxy what humanity can really do." The HMS Revelation's hull began to hum with power. Deep inside it, machines that broke the laws of physics as the aliens knew them came to life. 7-dimensional energy coursed through systems that humanity had invented in secret. As Anna walked up the ship's ramp, she thought about all the times aliens had laughed at human technology. She thought about their mockery, their rules, their limits on human expansion. "Let's see who's laughing after today," she whispered. Behind her, the launch countdown began. The Mars colony fell first. The Dominion ships appeared from 6-dimensional space without warning, their weapons already firing. The colony's shields, which the aliens had always mocked as primitive, didn't last 10 seconds. "Report," Admiral Tom Grant shouted in Earth's military command center. Around him, screens showed battles across the solar system. None of them were going well. "Venus Station is gone, sir," an officer reported, his voice shaking. They didn't even have time to send a distress signal. The Dominion ships just appeared inside their defenses. Tom watched as another screen went dark. Another colony lost. The Dominion's 6-dimensional drives let them ignore all normal space defenses. They could appear anywhere, attack from any angle, and disappear before anyone could fight back. "Sir," a young officer ran into the room. "Message from the Galactic Council." The main screen lit up, showing the council chamber. First Speaker Dan's crystal body glowed with what looked like amusement. "We have received your distress calls," the first speaker said. "The council has decided not to interfere in this natural process. The Dominion has superior technology. If humans cannot defend themselves, perhaps they are not ready for galactic society." The screen went dark. Tom wasn't surprised. The council had always treated humans like children. Now they would watch as the Dominion destroyed Earth's colonies. "New contacts," someone shouted. "Dominion fleet approaching Earth. At least 300 ships." Tom looked at the tactical display. The Dominion ships moved through 6-dimensional space like sharks through water. Earth's best weapons couldn't even touch them. Normal space torpedoes passed right through them. Laser beams bent around them uselessly. "Sir," his second-in-command said quietly, "should we order the general evacuation?" Before Tom could answer, his secure computer beeped. A message appeared. "Project Infinity activated. HMS Revelation launching. Hold defensive positions." Tom's heart beat faster. He had been briefed about Project Infinity a year ago, but he had never seen it in action. No one had, except for the project team. Even he didn't know exactly what the ship could do. "All forces, maintain defense positions," he ordered. "Help is coming." On the screens, the Dominion fleet grew closer. Their ships were beautiful in a deadly way, moving through dimensions that most humans couldn't even see. They had already started broadcasting their victory messages. "Humans," the Dominion commander's voice filled all channels. "Your primitive technology cannot hope to match our 6-dimensional mastery. Surrender now, and we will be merciful. Resist, and we will show no mercy." Tom watched as Earth's space stations prepared for battle. They wouldn't last long against 6-dimensional weapons, but they would fight anyway. Humans always fought, even when the odds seemed impossible. "Sir," an officer pointed at one of the screens, "something's happening near Europa." The space around Jupiter's moon seemed to twist. Reality itself appeared to bend and crack. The Dominion ships nearest to Europa suddenly stopped broadcasting. "What's happening?" the Dominion commander demanded. "What are these energy readings?" Tom smiled. The aliens had always been so proud of their 6-dimensional technology. They thought they had reached the peak of what was possible. They had stopped looking for new dimensions to explore. That had been their biggest mistake. "Sir," his computer officer said, "the HMS Revelation is requesting combat clearance." "Granted," Tom said. He opened a channel to all Earth forces. "All units, stand by. Watch what happens next." Today, everything changes. The Dominion ships moved to surround the disturbance near Europa. They'd probably thought it was some desperate human trick, maybe a new kind of 3-dimensional weapon. Their sensors could detect movement through 6 dimensions of space-time, and they saw nothing that could threaten them. But they couldn't see into the 7th dimension. They couldn't see what was about to hit them. Tom sat back in his chair and smiled. The real battle was about to begin. The HMS Revelation emerged from Europa's shadow like a dark star. To the Dominion's 6-dimensional sensors, it looked like any other human ship, primitive, weak, and doomed. Dr. Anna Reed stood on its bridge, watching the enemy fleet through screens that showed all 7 dimensions of space-time. "They're surrounding us, Doctor," Atlas reported. 342 Dominion warships in attack formation. They're charging weapons. Let them come, Anna said quietly. Atlas, power up the Infinity Core, but keep it contained to standard dimensions for now. Let's not show our full hand just yet. The Dominion commander's voice boomed through the ship's communications. Primitive human vessel, you dare to challenge the might of our fleet. Your bravery is admirable, but foolish. Surrender now. Anna looked at her crew. 20 men and women who had trained for years for this moment. They all knew what was about to happen. They all knew they were about to change the galaxy forever. Atlas, she said, open a channel to all ships, including the Dominion fleet. Channel open, Doctor. Anna took a deep breath. This is Dr. Anna Reed of the HMS Revelation. For years, you've mocked humanity's technology. You've called us primitive. You've limited our growth. You've treated us like children playing with toys. On her screens, she could see the Dominion ships moving closer, their six-dimensional weapons ready to fire. They probably thought she was making a final, desperate speech before they destroyed her ship. Today, she continued, you learn how wrong you were. Atlas, initiate Revelation Protocol. The ship's Infinity Core hummed to life. Around them, reality started to bend in ways that the alien sensors couldn't even detect. The ship itself seemed to flicker, as if it existed in multiple places at once. What's happening? The Dominion commander demanded. What kind of trick is this? No trick, Anna replied. Just human innovation. You see, while you were laughing at our ion engines and chemical rockets, we were looking beyond the 6 dimensions you're so proud of. We found something new. The HMS Revelation's hull began to glow with a light that didn't exist in normal space. Energy readings that made no sense to 6-dimensional science sparked across the void. Impossible. Someone in the Dominion fleet shouted. Their ship, it's doing something to space itself. Atlas, Anna ordered. Show them what 7 dimensions look like. The HMS Revelation didn't just move through space. It moved through reality itself. To the watching Dominion fleet, the human ship seemed to shatter into countless copies, each one as real as the original. Some appeared inside their formation, others outside, and some in places that shouldn't exist at all. Full power to the Infinity Core, Anna commanded. Let's show them what humanity can really do. The ship's 7-dimensional drive activated fully for the first time in open space. Reality bent around them like paper in a storm. The Dominion ships fired their weapons, but their 6-dimensional energy beams passed harmlessly through space that no longer worked the way they understood. How? The Dominion commander's voice shook. How are you doing this? You thought 6 dimensions were the limit, Anna replied. You thought you had reached the peak of what was possible. But humans, we never stop pushing boundaries. We never stop asking what if. And most importantly, she paused as the HMS Revelation's weapons powered up. They didn't fire beams or missiles. They fired something much more fundamental. Pure 7-dimensional energy that could rewrite the rules of space-time itself. We never, ever accept the limits others try to put on us. The first 7-dimensional weapon ever used in combat activated, and the galaxy would never be the same again. Around them, the Dominion fleet was about to learn exactly why they should have taken humanity seriously. They were about to learn why you should never underestimate a species that refuses to stop dreaming, building, and reaching for the impossible. They were about to learn what happens when you push humans too far. The first 7-dimensional blast from the HMS Revelation didn't destroy the Dominion ship it hit. It did something far worse. It erased it from reality itself. One moment the massive warship existed. The next, it simply wasn't there anymore. No explosion, no debris, no trace it had ever existed at all. What did you do? The Dominion commander's voice shook with fear. Where is the morning star? The morning star now exists in a dimension you can't reach, Anna replied calmly. Atlas, show them what else we can do. The HMS Revelation split into 7 perfect copies, each one existing in a different dimensional plane. The Dominion fleet's sensors couldn't understand what they were seeing. Their weapons, designed to work in 6 dimensions, passed harmlessly through spaces that didn't exist in their understanding of reality. "Impossible," someone shouted. "They're everywhere at once." They were right. The HMS Revelation wasn't just moving through space, it was moving through reality itself. Each copy of the ship was fully real, fully armed, and fully capable of unleashing 7-dimensional weapons that the Dominion had no defense against. "Atlas," Anna ordered, "target their command ships. Show them the full power of the Infinity Core." 7 beams of impossible light shot out from 7 versions of the HMS Revelation. Where they hit, Dominion ships didn't explode. They simply ceased to exist in normal spacetime. Some were pushed into other dimensions. Others were scattered across multiple realities. A few simply vanished, erased from existence itself. "All ships, retreat," the Dominion commander screamed. "Fall back to 6-dimensional space." But retreating through 6 dimensions meant nothing when facing a 7-dimensional weapon. The HMS Revelation's copies appeared wherever the Dominion ships tried to flee. There was no escape from a ship that could move through dimensions they couldn't even see. "Sir," Atlas reported, "the enemy fleet is in chaos. Their 6-dimensional drives are failing as we rewrite the local laws of physics." Anna watched through the ship's screens as reality bent and twisted around them. The Infinity Core hummed with power, channeling energy that no other species had ever managed to control. Every theory the aliens had about what was possible in spacetime was being proven wrong. "Doctor," one of her crew called out, "the Galactic Council is broadcasting on all frequencies. They're demanding to know what's happening." "Show them," Anna said with a smile. "Let them see what they've been mocking all these years." The HMS Revelation's 7 copies merged back into one ship, but now it existed in all 7 dimensions at once. Energy cascaded off its hull in waves that the aliens' best sensors couldn't even detect. Reality itself seemed to bend around it like light around a black hole. "This is your last warning," Anna broadcast to the remaining Dominion ships. "Leave Earth space now, or face the consequences of underestimating humanity." The Dominion fleet, once so proud and mighty, broke formation and fled. Their 6-dimensional drives carried them away as fast as possible, but everyone could see the truth. Their technology, which they had thought was the peak of achievement, was now obsolete. "Atlas," Anna said quietly, "send the recordings to Earth Command. It's time for humanity to take its real place in the galaxy." The HMS Revelation hung in space, its dark hull now glowing with 7-dimensional energy. Around it, reality had changed forever. The aliens had thought they understood the limits of what was possible. They had thought 6 dimensions were the ultimate achievement. They had been wrong. Humanity hadn't just matched their technology. They had surpassed it completely. The age of alien mockery was over. The age of human innovation had begun. And this was just the beginning. "Atlas," Anna said, looking at the stars that now seemed full of new possibilities. "Plot a course home. It's time to show Earth what we've achieved." The ship moved through 7 dimensions of spacetime, leaving behind a galaxy that would never be the same again. Word spread through the galaxy faster than light itself. Videos of the battle played on every alien world, showing the impossible sight of a human ship manipulating 7 dimensions. The Dominion fleet, which had started the day as hunters, now ran like prey. In Earth's military command center, Admiral Tom Grant watched as the HMS Revelation chased down the last Dominion ships. On his screens, he could see the alien fleet trying desperately to escape through 6-dimensional space. But there was nowhere to hide from a ship that could move through 7 dimensions. "Another Dominion battleship gone, sir," an officer reported. The Revelation didn't even fire its weapons. It just rewrote the space around the ship. The battleship tried to jump to 6-dimensional space and just fell apart. Tom nodded. The reports coming in from across the solar system were all the same. The Dominion fleet wasn't just being defeated, it was being erased from existence. Their mighty warships, which had seemed so powerful just hours ago, were now helpless. "Message from Dr. Reed, sir," his communications officer called out. "The HMS Revelation reports that all Dominion ships have either been neutralized or have fled beyond the solar system." "Casualties?" Tom asked. "None, sir. Not a single human life lost after the Revelation entered combat." Tom sat back in his chair, letting out a long breath. He had hoped Project Infinity would give them a fighting chance. Instead, it had given them complete victory. The Dominion's six-dimensional technology, which they had been so proud of, meant nothing against seven-dimensional weapons. "Sir," an officer ran into the room. "The Galactic Council is demanding an emergency session. They want Ambassador Walker to explain what they just saw." Tom smiled. He could imagine the panic in the council chamber. The aliens who had laughed at humanity's primitive technology were about to learn just how wrong they had been. "Put the HMS Revelation on screen," he ordered. "Let's see our heroes." The main screen lit up, showing the bridge of humanity's greatest achievement. Dr. Anna Reed stood at its center, looking tired but proud. Behind her, the ship's crew worked at stations that controlled power that no alien had ever mastered. "Admiral," Anna said, "I'm pleased to report that Operation Revelation is complete. The Dominion fleet has been driven from Earth space. Their six-dimensional sensors can't even detect us anymore. We're operating on a level they can't understand." "Well done, Doctor," Tom replied. "The videos of your ship in action are spreading across the galaxy. I don't think anyone will be laughing at human technology anymore." Anna's smile grew wider. "Oh, they haven't seen anything yet, Admiral. The seven-dimensional drive was just the beginning. We're already working on theories about the eighth dimension." Tom's eyes widened. 8 dimensions. Atlas has been running calculations. We think it's possible. The aliens stopped at 6 dimensions because they thought that was the limit. We're going to show them that there are no limits. On other screens, Tom could see the aftermath of the battle. The Mars colony was already being rebuilt. Venus Station's survivors were being rescued. The Dominion ships that had survived were fleeing at maximum speed, broadcasting warnings to their entire empire. "Dr. Reed," Tom said, "you and your crew have changed everything. The galaxy will never be the same." Anna looked at her crew, then back at the screen. "That was the plan, Admiral. The aliens thought they could keep humanity down. They thought they could mock us, limit us, treat us like children. Today, they learned why that was a mistake." "And tomorrow?" Tom asked. "Tomorrow, we show them what humanity can really do. The HMS Revelation was just our first step. Now that we understand seven-dimensional physics, there's no going back. The age of alien superiority is over." Tom nodded. Around him, Earth's military command center erupted in cheers. Humanity hadn't just survived. They had proven themselves superior to the very aliens who had mocked them. The galaxy would never underestimate humans again. 1 week after the battle, James Walker stood once again in the center of the Galactic Council chamber. This time, no one was laughing. The chamber was dead silent as the HMS Revelation hung visible through the great window behind him, its hull still glowing with seven-dimensional energy that the aliens' best sensors couldn't properly detect. "Members of the Council," Walker said calmly, "you asked for an explanation of recent events. I'm here to provide one." First Speaker Dan's crystalline body showed none of its usual sparkle. "Please," he said, his voice lacking its normal confidence, "help us understand what we witnessed. The recordings show impossible things." Walker smiled. "Impossible by your understanding, perhaps, but humanity has always had a different view of what's possible." He pressed a button, and a hologram appeared in the center of the chamber. It showed the HMS Revelation splitting into 7 copies, each one existing in a different dimension. The alien council members shifted uncomfortably in their seats. While you mocked our ion engines and chemical rockets, Walker continued, we were looking beyond the 6 dimensions you thought were the limit. We found the 7th dimension. Then we learned to control it. And now, he paused as Dr. Anna Reed walked into the chamber. She carried a small device that made reality ripple around her. The aliens gasped as their 6-dimensional sensors tried and failed to understand what they were seeing. Now, Anna said, placing the device on the council table, we're already working on theories about the 8th dimension. Impossible, someone shouted. 7 dimensions alone breaks all known laws of physics. Your known laws, Walker corrected. You see, that was always your biggest mistake. You thought you had reached the peak of scientific achievement. You stopped looking for new possibilities. Humans never stop looking. The device on the table activated, projecting a complex mathematical model into the air. Even the most advanced aliens in the chamber couldn't understand half of what they were seeing. As of today, Walker announced, all restrictions on human expansion are lifted. The treaties limiting our technology are void. Humanity will take its rightful place among the stars, not as your servants or children, but as equals, perhaps even as teachers. The council chamber erupted in confused discussion. Some members protested, others seemed afraid, and a few looked excited about the possibilities this new human technology offered. And if we refuse? The first speaker asked quietly. Walker's smile faded. That would be unwise. The HMS Revelation is just our first 7-dimensional ship. We're building more. And as you've seen, your 6-dimensional weapons can't touch them. Anna stepped forward. But we don't want conflict. Humanity's goal has never been conquest. We want to explore, to learn, to grow. We're offering you the chance to grow with us. She gestured at the mathematical model floating above the table. There are wonders waiting in the 7th dimension and beyond. We can show you things you never imagined were possible. All we ask is to be treated with respect. The council chamber fell silent again. The aliens looked at each other, then at the HMS Revelation floating outside. They had spent centuries thinking they were the peak of evolution, the masters of space and time. Now they had to accept that humans, the species they had mocked as primitive, had surpassed them all. The choice is yours, Walker said. You can fight against progress and lose, or embrace it and grow. What's it going to be? One by one, the council members stood. Even first speaker Dan rose from his crystal throne. They had seen what humanity could do. They had watched human technology rewrite the laws of reality itself. There was only one choice they could make. We accept your terms, the first speaker said. The galaxy welcomes humanity as equals. Walker nodded, then looked out at the HMS Revelation. The ship's glow seemed to brighten, as if celebrating humanity's final victory. Not through war or conquest, but through the same thing that had always driven humans forward. The endless desire to discover, to invent, to push beyond what others thought possible. The age of alien mockery was over. The age of human innovation had begun.